Think you've experienced real thrill rides? Think again. The attractions in this video are so terrifying, even the bravest scream in fear. From coasters that feel like free-fall drops to dizzying swings high in the sky. These are the 10 scariest and most dangerous attractions in the world. Would you dare to ride them? Number 10. Blue Crans Bridge, the death-defying bungee jump. South Africa. Think you're brave enough to stare death in the face? Then step up to Blue Crans Bridge, home to the highest commercial bungee jump in the world, standing at a mind-blowing 709 feet, 216 meters. Since 1990, only the boldest thrill-seekers have dared to leap from this monstrous height, plunging into the abyss with nothing but a thick elastic cord saving them from certain death. The wind howls, the river below looks like a distant blur, and in those few terrifying seconds of free fall, your life flashes before your eyes. This isn't just an adrenaline rush, it's pure, terrifying madness. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. Would you dare to jump? Number 9. Formula Rossa, the most terrifying roller coaster on Earth. Think you've experienced thrill rides before? Think again, because Formula Rossa, the world's fastest roller coaster at Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, isn't just a ride. It's a high-speed survival test for the fearless. In just under 5 seconds, you're launched to a mind-blowing 149 miles per hour, 240 kilometers per hour, faster than a fighter jet during takeoff. With forces reaching 4.8 Gs, it feels like the air is being sucked out of your lungs while your body is pinned helplessly to the seat. The ride lasts just 92 seconds, but every moment is intense, unpredictable, and borderline insane. You're required to wear safety goggles, not for show, but because at this speed, even a grain of dust could hit your face like a bullet. And if it rains, the ride shuts down, because water droplets become tiny missiles when you're flying through the air at Formula One speeds. This isn't just a roller coaster, it's a test of courage. Would you dare to ride it? Number 8. Insanity, the spinning nightmare on top of Las Vegas. Think you've experienced enough thrills in the casinos of Las Vegas? Think again. At the very top of the stratosphere, the second tallest observation tower in North America, awaits one of the most terrifying rides on Earth, Insanity. True to its name, Insanity dangles you over the edge of the building at a stomach-churning height of 900 feet, 274 meters, above the ground. Riders are strapped into a claw-like arm that extends out beyond the tower, then begins to spin rapidly, leaving nothing between you and the sky except your own fear. As if that's not scary enough, there have been several mechanical failures, where guests were left hanging in the air for over 90 minutes, frozen mid-spin. Combining extreme height, speed, and psychological pressure, Insanity is not just a ride. It's a test of pure courage. Would you dare to take the plunge into madness? Number 7. The Glass Bridge, that terrifies the world. A mind-bending challenge. Not for the faint of heart. Think you've experienced fear? Then try stepping onto the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge in China, a place where even the bravest souls have second thoughts. Suspended 980 feet, 298 meters, above a deep canyon in the Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, this 1,410-foot-long, 430 meters, glass bridge stretches between two towering cliffs. Made of 3 layers of ultra-strong tempered glass, it's completely transparent, giving visitors the spine-chilling illusion that they're walking on air, with nothing but a sheer drop beneath their feet. But the thrill doesn't stop there. If simply walking across isn't terrifying enough, staff members often use sledgehammers to crack the top layer of glass, creating dramatic spiderweb fractures that appear right under your shoes. Don't worry, it's a controlled illusion. But the psychological effect is very real, with audible cracking sounds and vibrations underfoot that make even the most composed visitors panic. And for the true thrill seekers, There's a harnessed swing attached to the bridge's underside, allowing you to dangle in the open air, swinging above the endless canyon void. Since its opening in 2016, this bridge has become a global symbol of extreme courage, attracting millions who want to test their limits and themselves. But not everyone makes it across. Some freeze, others crawl, many scream. This is more than just an attraction. It's a high-altitude mind game. So the question is, would you dare to walk it? Number 6. Volcano boarding, the most insane ride down the mouth of a beast. You've heard of snowboarding, wakeboarding, maybe even sandboarding. But what about volcano boarding? This is not a sport for the faint of heart. Imagine strapping yourself to a wooden board and racing down the steep, ash-covered slope of an active volcano with nothing but a thin layer of protective gear between you and a scorching disaster. The most famous location for this jaw-dropping activity is Cerro Negro in Nicaragua, a black, steaming giant that still rumbles with volcanic life. To start, thrill seekers must hike up the dangerously sharp slope of loose volcanic rock, carrying their board in hand, and then prepare for the plunge. Riders can either sit or stand on their board as they speed down the mountain at up to 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour. Sounds fun? Here's the catch. The volcano is still active, meaning there's always the risk of eruptions, toxic gases, and flying molten rock. Participants are required to wear protective jumpsuits, goggles, and masks, not just for the thrill, but for survival. Breathing in volcanic dust can damage your lungs. The sharp rocks can shred your skin, and one wrong move could send you tumbling hard. But for many, the danger is what makes it so addictive. There's nothing else on Earth quite like it, a sport that lets you conquer the very core of nature's fury. Would you dare to ride down the mouth of a volcano? Number 5. Yukon Striker, the most terrifying dive coaster on Earth. Do you have the guts to dangle in the air, staring straight down a 90-degree drop before plunging into an underground tunnel at breakneck speed? That's exactly what Yukon Striker delivers, a heart-pounding ride that redefined what it means to be extreme. Unveiled in 2019 at Canada's Wonderland, this steel monster isn't just fast, it's a record breaker. Yukon Striker is the world's tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster, boasting a 245-foot vertical drop into a tunnel below a lake, reaching speeds of up to 81 miles per hour. But the terror doesn't stop there. Riders are thrown through massive inversions, zero-gravity rolls, and wild 360-degree loops, all in just over 3 minutes of non-stop breath-stealing action. The train literally pauses at the top of the first drop, letting you hang in fear before unleashing chaos. This ride doesn't just test your nerves, it redefines them. Yukon Striker proves that roller coaster design has no limits, and leaves us all wondering, what thrill could possibly come next? Number 4. Cage of Death, the bone-chilling crocodile encounter that will test your nerves. Imagine being locked inside a transparent box and lowered into the tank of a 20-foot, 1-ton saltwater crocodile. No, this isn't a horror movie. It's a real-life experience in Darwin, Australia, called the Cage of Death. Participants are enclosed in a 1.5-inch thick acrylic tube, then slowly dropped into the water where the giant predator lurks. To ensure maximum thrill and terror, a chunk of raw meat is attached beneath the cage to lure the beast directly toward you. As the croc thrashes against the cage and its powerful jaws snap inches from your face, your heart will be pounding out of your chest. And it's not just staged fear. In 2011, a cable snapped mid-experience, causing the cage to crash to the bottom of the tank. The acrylic cracked, a piece broke off, and for a few horrifying moments, the only thing between the tourists and the croc was luck. Terrifying, real, unforgettable. The Cage of Death is one of the most extreme wildlife encounters on Earth, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Would you dare to face the monster up close? Number 3. Heart-stopping boat ride, beneath the death falls of Iguazu. Iguazu Falls, a breathtaking natural wonder between Argentina and Brazil, is not just mesmerizing, but also hiding deadly dangers. High-speed inflatable boat tours take you right up to the Devil's Throat, where hundreds of roaring waterfalls crash down like they're trying to swallow everything in their path. Soaked, shaken, and at risk of capsizing at any moment, this is truly one of the most extreme and terrifying water experiences on the planet. For adrenaline junkies, this isn't just a sightseeing tour, it's a real test of courage. The boats speed toward the base of the falls, where mist and spray drench you completely, and the thunderous power of nature is overwhelming. But that's not all. There have been boats that capsized, and even one that vanished without a trace, making this one of the most dangerous and fear-inducing boat rides in the world. Would you dare risk it all just to witness this untamed beauty up close? Number 2. Dracula's Castle. A blood-chilling mystery in the heart of Transylvania. Hidden deep within the misty mountains of Transylvania, Bran Castle stands as one of the most iconic and eerie landmarks in all of Romania. While Bram Stoker never confirmed it as the inspiration for Count Dracula's infamous lair, its dark, isolated architecture makes it the perfect real-life stand-in for the vampire's haunted fortress. Originally built in the 12th century as a defense stronghold, Bran Castle is steeped in a bloody and brutal history. Legends say it may have once imprisoned Vlad the Impaler, the ruthless ruler whose terrifying legacy inspired the Dracula myth. Whether truth or folklore, the castle's ominous walls seem to breathe with centuries of fear and secrets. Today, it draws thousands of curious visitors who walk its shadowy halls, drawn by the mix of Gothic horror and real historical violence. Every creaking floorboard and narrow stone corridor makes you wonder, are you simply on a tour or walking in the footsteps of something far more sinister? Dracula's Castle isn't just a tourist attraction, it's a chilling journey into one of the darkest legends in European history. Dare you step inside? Number 1. The Haunted Doll Village of Japan. Hidden deep in the remote mountains of Shikoku Island lies a village that feels like it belongs in a horror film. This is Nagoro, once home to 300 residents, but now only around 30 people remain. Yet the village doesn't feel empty. In fact, it feels eerily full. That's because over 400 life-sized dolls now occupy the homes, streets, schools, and fields. They don't move, they don't speak, but they're everywhere, watching. It all began when a local woman, Tsukimi Ayano, returned to care for her ill father. After he passed away, she created a doll in his image and placed it in one of the village fields. Then she made another, and another. Soon she had created hundreds, some modeled after villagers who moved away or died, others entirely fictional. You'll find these dolls frozen in mid-conversation at a bus stop, slumped over school desks in abandoned classrooms, or sitting silently in overgrown gardens. It's as if the village is alive, with ghosts made of cloth and straw. Nagoro is now known as Japan's Doll Village, a place that draws curious travelers from around the world. It's a place of memory and melancholy, but also something far more haunting. Would you dare visit this quiet, beautiful nightmare, where the only thing louder than the silence is the feeling that someone's always watching?